Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Lewis Speaks 2024, and today I want to talk to you all about playing the victim. You know, a reoccurring theme this week with many of my clients and also with some of my family members has been the tendency to constantly play the victim in circumstances that they help create. No one these days wants to take accountability. Everybody wants to circumvent accountability by blaming someone else. It's always somebody else's fault that I didn't get this opportunity. It's always somebody else's fault that I feel this way. It's always somebody else's fault. And the thing about constantly playing the victim is that you continue to be stuck in this vicious cycle of despair and self-defeating behavior. There are people who refuse to acknowledge their role in anything, but rather point the finger of blame at another person. And I get it. You know, this is attractive because it allows us to maintain this image of, I guess, impunity, maintain this image of self-righteousness. If it's always somebody else's fault, we don't have to take any deep dive into our own self, you know, because change is hard. Let's put it out there. Change is difficult. People really struggle with change. And when you have to, when you have to face yourself in the mirror, that could be a very difficult proposition for some, especially for people who have low ego strength and who have broken egos. They can't take accountability. You know, to do so would mean that they did something wrong. And a lot of people, they still equate doing something wrong with being wrong. You know? They think that if I've done something wrong, then I am a bad person, right? And that's not necessarily the case. The thing is, our behaviors and our self-concept are two different things, you know? And I think a lot of people struggle with this because they feel like, oh, you're saying that I'm a bad person when you confront me about a certain behavior. And that's not what people are talking about. What they're saying is that this behavior is maladaptive. This behavior is unhelpful. This behavior is not getting you anywhere. All it's doing is continuing to keep you stuck in a cycle, in an unhealthy cycle. And so what I try to do with my clients and with certain family members, I try to bring awareness and offer perspective and insight. But with some people in general, both clients and family members, they just struggle with accepting the truth about their behaviors. Like I said, for you to accept the truth about your flaws, you have to have a level of ego strength that can handle the difficult conversations and the confrontations. You have to have enough of yourself and enough personhood to accept that I'm flawed, I'm not perfect, I do sometimes get it wrong, and yeah, I need some support with certain things. But a lot of people don't want to acknowledge that. And like I said, they don't want to acknowledge it because, for one, they have low ego strength. For two, they don't want to make those changes because change is hard. Change is scary. Change means that I have to do something different. Change means that I have to move beyond my comfort zone and I have to actually consider the possibility of doing something new. And it's scary. I get it. But you know what's even scarier is continuing to be stuck in these patterns and not getting anywhere. You'll be like a hamster on a wheel, just running, doing the same behaviors that don't get you anywhere. You know, with my family, I realize that there are certain members in this family who continue to engage in unhelpful behaviors, and they wonder why. There is a distance. There is a lack of trust. Why there is constant disharmony and discord. Because we're engaging in the same unhelpful behaviors. And once again, trying to explain this, it's exhausting. It's exhausting, especially when you have character disordered individuals who try to distort facts and distort information in order to increase their own victimization. There are people that do that in the world. They will distort information, distort facts in a way to maintain their victimhood. They just want to be a victim. And it's always everybody else's fault. They want everybody else to apologize to them. And for some people, that's a product of trauma, of unhealed traumas, where they want to reenact past behaviors in an effort to get the support and the help and the, oh, poor you, the sympathy from other people. They try to elicit the sympathy of everybody. And it's really toxic behavior. And me personally, I can't deal with people that don't take accountability. I'm gonna be honest. I can't deal with them. If they refuse to apologize, and I mean a real apology, not one fueled by the desire to manipulate, because there's a lot of that nonsense too. There's a saying out there, an apology without behavior change is manipulation. And I would add to that, an apology with no genuine behavior change, genuine, is simply manipulation. It's just a person that wants to continue their poor behavior. What they're sorry about, they're sorry that you have a problem with it. They're sorry that you basically spoke up and set a boundary. And so they want to, what? Manipulate by offering some perfunctory apology. I cannot stomach perfunctory fake apologies. Can't do it. You say you're sorry, but then you keep on reoffending. You say you're sorry, but you keep on doing the same behavior over and over again. I can't. And then when someone holds up a mirror and says, this is you, please take accountability for your poor choices, your poor behaviors, you want to try to ice them out. You want to try to shut them out. You want to try to flip the script and trying to ask them to apologize when they were never at fault. They were never at fault. The only thing that they did was confront you about your poor behaviors. That's it. But a lot of people don't like the confrontation. And when you confront them, they put up a wall. They ice you out. You are the problem that has to be annihilated. Rather than the unhelpful, destructive behavior, they want to hold on to that. You're the one that has to go. And that to me is problematic. You hear me? I will never condone such behavior. And so, oftentimes, and I'll say this, when you confront the victim about their intense need to constantly play victim, what ends up happening is that they will terminate relationship with you. They will distance themselves because their ego can't handle it. So in an act of self-preservation, they have to let go of anybody that has a problem with their poor behaviors. They rather hold on to the poor behavior than hold on to the genuine love and support of real people who want to help bring attention and call attention to that behavior in order to foster a deeper, closer bond. They rather not, though. They rather hold on to the behavior. So in that situation, you have to leave them to their chaos, leave them to their confusion, and let them work it out. And with enough, hopefully, with enough time and with enough therapy or with enough losses, they'll be motivated to change. And that's what happens. That's what happens. Especially with borderline personality disordered individuals. Oh yeah, trying to break through to them is just, is at times an exercise in futility. It really is. And so what I've learned to just, I gotta protect my peace. People out here are dying of strokes every single day. Bodies all twisted up, lips all twisted up because they've allowed somebody else to stress them out so bad. Now they're all disfigured. They're just a manifestation of the distortions that these other people have. You know, when you continue to try to unravel the cognitive distortions of other people, you put yourself at risk. Physically, emotionally, spiritually. I'm just done. I leave people to their confusion. In the Bible, it mentions in Hebrews, I believe, how, we learn from the things that we suffer. We learn from the things that we suffer. And so you have to let people suffer in order for them to learn certain things. So if you have a person in your life who constantly plays victim, you might have to distance yourself so that way they can learn certain things. No one's a victim in this world. You have a choice. When we were children, we didn't have so much of a choice. We had to endure certain things, right? But as adults, we have choices. And sometimes those choices are difficult, but they're necessary. And so the thing about it is this: if people want to continue to play victim in your life, they want to continue to blame you, you're the blame. No. I always ask people, how did you contribute to that situation? How did you contribute to that difficult transaction? How did you contribute? What was your role? Because I'm very wary, especially when clients sit in my couch or sit in my chair. I'm very leery when I hear, oh, they did this to me, they did that to me, they did this onslaught of things that other people did to them, but they never acknowledge their role. That to me is like, okay, I see what we got here. This is the person right now who wants to continue to play victim. And I know, like I said before, it's attractive to play victim because it keeps you safe. It keeps you stuck in the familiar. We all want to be safe in the familiar, but the familiar sometimes is not helpful, I myself used to constantly play victim until I had to step back and say, wait a minute, what was my role in this? I have to acknowledge that, wait a minute, this person showed me who they were, and yet I continue to deal with them. Okay, that's the role. You continue to tolerate poor behaviors, always trying to be Captain Save-A-Ho or Captain Save-A-Bro. I don't save no bros. I don't save no hoes no more. I tell you that much. I don't save them no more. You let them drown. Ride or die? Where? I ain't no ride or die. Nah, I get out the car. I gets out. And that's, once again, you owning your life. You taking responsibility for your choices. That's the key. So for all my victims out there, stop. Stop. Own your choices. Peace.